My new Big Agnes sleeping pad just showed up in the mail. Let's go grab it and take a look. Feels pretty light. So here it is. This is the first unboxing of my new Big Agnes Zoom UL insulated sleeping pad. I got the 25 by 72 inch version. Their website claimed 17 ounces, but this says 18. This does include the inflation sac. It's supposed to be a 4.3 R value rating, though I've seen talk that it's a little less than that, but we are gonna unbox this and see what our first impressions are. So far, the size of this thing is pretty awesome. It feels super light. So the footprint on this is gonna be a little bit beefier than an Nalgene bottle, but the height is the same. So all in, before taking anything out of the package, we are looking at 1 pound and 4.7 ounces. So that should also include the pump sack. It's going to come with a patch kit and an extra valve. Let's take this wrapping off. So here is the pump sack. Let's take that out and do another quick measurement. So for the whole pad, with no stuff sack, no pump sack, and no patch kit, we are looking at 1 pound and 1.4 ounces. So for the pump sack that they include, that weighs 2.8 ounces. The patch kit with the bag it comes with, that weighs 0.1 ounce. And the stuff sack, 0.4 ounces. So we're gonna blow this up, lay on it, and see how comfortable it is. So this pump sack is orange on one side. It feels like the exact same material as the sleeping pad. And then you get white on this side. It's gonna have this big valve up top, which we attach to the pad. So just to show you this valve, to deflate it, you push this piece in here, kind of locks in there, and then you can get a large deflate happening. Let's see how well that works. So we're gonna attach the pump sack to the sleeping pad. This took me 9 breaths with the included pump sack to inflate the pad to its fullest capacity. Definitely a nice trade-off when you're used to manually inflating your sleeping pads with your breath. Though I'm sure an electric pump like the Flex Tail would save you a lot of time. Well, let's see how comfortable it is. It's a little firm if you blow it up all the way. I recommend deflating a little bit. If you're a side sleeper like me, I'd recommend burping a little bit of air out of this, because when it was blown up all the way, it was a little too firm for my liking when I was on my side. My hip was not sitting very comfortably. So I would burp some air out of this if you plan to sleep on your side. I will also say that this is a little noisy, but it is definitely less potato chip bag than your standard Neo Air sleeping pad that a lot of people have. I don't think you'd wake up your sleeping partner really if you're tossing and turning much on this. If you don't have this thing blown up all the way like this, here's a little sound test. If you do have it blown up all the way, here's another sound test. Much quieter when you have it blown up all the way. This pad is 3 inches thick. All these pieces don't alternate puffs the way the Sea to Summit does. They connect all the way to the bottom. There is still some space between these. They have a connection to keep them. They're not welded together. They have maybe a ½ inch or an inch between this welded piece and this welded piece. So you hopefully won't get too many cold spots coming up through this. Now, I've seen some reviews that say that this R value is not a true 4.2. And while that can be misleading, I personally thought that it was okay for my purposes because I live in Texas and I needed something comfortable, lighter weight, and 3-season enough for me here in Texas. The deflate mechanism that they use on this valve is new to me. I had a little trouble getting it the first time, but with some finesse, I figured it out, and I'm sure I'll get faster at it. But I will say this valve does not dump air as quickly as my Sea to Summit pad does. This whole process to deflate and push the rest of the air out of this pad took about 1.5 minutes. While that is a heck of a lot faster than combination foam and air pads out there, this is definitely a little bit of a longer takedown than what I'm used to with my Sea to Summit pads. So, first impressions after this unboxing, I'm excited. This is feeling pretty warm to the touch after having it near my body for 10 minutes now. So I'm not too worried about the R value situation that some people are reporting. I really needed something that was a wide pad that was about as warm, if not a little less warm than my current pad, which is the mummy shaped Sea to Summit Comfort Plus insulated. And I love that pad. It's very comfortable for me, but it's about twice the weight that this one is. After taking that on a trip last November, I realized I needed something that was wide, and it was very warm for me for the night. And I even had a little malfunction on that trip and didn't inflate both chambers on that pad and still made it through a 32-degree night. I needed something that might be a little less warm that could take me into some more shoulder season trips here in Texas. So I'm really looking forward to testing this out at my local state park. I'll get back to you guys with a review on this soon, so be on the lookout for that. I hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.